Hello. We're going to really quickly go through one of our very important terms, the Spanish Empire. Here is the definition. The largest and most formidable global power through the majority of the 15th, 16th, and 17th century. Land claims in the Americas stretched through much of the present day western United States to the majority of the western coastline of South America. So here's a map for you to see their land claims in the Americas, but their empire did expand. It was a global empire, so it was around the world. So the development of the Spanish Empire, if you remember, really comes from the three G's. Their motivations were God, to convert to Catholicism, convert natives to Catholicism, to find gold or wealth, and glory, to obtain glory for themselves and for Spain. So the colonization efforts, you can't talk about the colonization efforts without referencing the Columbian Exchange. The Columbian Exchange is the spread of goods, diseases, crops, all those things between our hemispheres. And the Columbian Exchange really, one of the biggest things that affected the Americas was the disease. And so this is what allowed for the conquest of American Indian lands. Now, I do have another video that has many more details on this conquest, but as you can see there in the image, there were many factors that allowed for this conquest to take place. The Mayan, the Incan, and the Aztec empires were all incredibly strong, but when the disease came in and wiped them out, they were significantly more vulnerable to the Spanish, who also had advanced weaponry. So the golden age of the Spanish Empire is going to be the 17th century. And then we're going to see competition from other European powers really take hold, and other empires will move into kind of the standing of the utmost global empire. So the effects, or really the significance, is we see the destruction of American Indian populations. Millions and millions of American Indians die at the hands of the Spanish, whether that is through disease or through warfare. We see new ethnic groups developing. We see populations mixing, and the creation of then a caste system where we have certain groups with more wealth and certain groups with less. The Spanish Empire really is what began the transatlantic slave trade. The slave trade had occurred before this, but the transatlantic slave trade really increased as the Spanish Empire increased. We see immense wealth for the Spanish Empire. The encomienda system, which they used to enslave American Indians, is what brought a lot of wealth to the Spanish Empire. And then, as previously mentioned, we see increased competition with other European powers. So there you have the Spanish Empire. I hope that's helpful for you. Please check out some other videos if you need some more information, and see you next time.